Aloha. Again, this is Benny and this is my friend.
Dave.
Yeah, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Atonement of Jesus Christ in relation, because this is my class about being a disciple leadership.
Okay.
So, you are a leader in your department where you're
Yes.
working.
I am working at the facility management in one of the 4 areas here in BYU, Hawaii.
So, you're supervising how many people?
I supervise around like 18.
18 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I myself too, a leader in my department, the Persian Cultural Center, and I supervise 120 people. And so, when we supervise people, when we lead people, how do we use the power of atonement in being more effective when leading them?
So one thing that the atonement has actually did for for me personally is to actually have this ability to like really sympathize with people, help me understand like what Jesus Christ has actually felt, help me understand how he felt in order for me to be like him in Christ like attributes kind of thing. And one of those is like able to empathize or sympathize with other people that I am dealing with. And with that, it gives me this sense of like understanding on how or like what their situation is, and like if there comes any issues or like trials that has been coming up at work, like instead of like seeing them in a way that the what their actions is like like they reflect them, then I usually see it as like, hey, an opportunity to see what's going on with their lives, to see how I'll be able to help them in ways that I can like being Jesus Christ's disciple and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that, because sometimes we forget that people's actions are based on their choices, and sometimes their choices comes from their situation. And we have different situations happening in our lives, and you don't know what choices do they have. Maybe they've done something which is we don't really like as leaders, but at the end of the day, maybe that's the only choice they have, because they're
Yeah.
having something that they're trying to overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I like about being a leader, like what you said, is you have this opportunity to really see them from where they're coming from, to see it from their perspective, instead of trying to boss them around. I love how you said that you try to sympathize with them. Yeah, and through that, you really make genuine connections, and they get to be more productive, right?
Yeah.
Because they see you not just their boss as their boss, not just their supervisor, but their mentor or their friend, who's willing to, or who understands them and who's willing to help them. Yeah.
I really do like try to like get to know them like personally. Sometimes like we workspaces, like we're there to actually work, but for me to able to be effective in my job is to understand how they think, how they work with their lives, and like how they'll be able to process in like tasks that I'll be giving them. And in return I get to like they give me this amazing feedback on like how they're able to like use their skills in the workplace, even though the facility management is very well known for us making sure that the area is clean and like ready to use. There are other skills that's actually being used in ways that we can actually administer stuff. For example, I have this like coworker. He's actually in HR, and there was an opportunity that we get to create this HR committee, and now he's one of the best performing workers that I have, not only in like the scope that we've actually signed up first, but he was able to grow and able to like share the skills that he has already have it and been working on while studying here, and able to like benefit us. So yeah, he was actually being recommended as one of the people who can actually work in management for the area, not just for my area, but for like multiple areas.
Wow. And it connects so much to the atonement, right?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, like what it said in Doctrine and Covenants 88, I think we can never go deeper than the reach of the atonement. And Jesus Christ have felt everything, all the leadership problems, all the leadership stress, yeah, and pressure. I think Jesus Christ knows a lot about it. That's why when we know more about his atoning sacrifice, we'll be able to endure more and become better leaders. Thank you so much, Dave.
Yeah, always.
Until next time.
Woohoo!
And that's our my podcast.